and I have been in several different states doing it, just kicking it old school with a new school flavor.
Wow, awesome. So, who has been some of your heroes since you grew up watching this?
Oh, okay. So my childhood hero is Sting, and being able being able to see him from when I started in 1999 all the way going to TNA to his brief WWE run through his AEW run. I was even at AEW Revolution 2024 where he retired. So that was
Wow.
one of the things that was just like it was an amazing moment for me.
Oh man. So like you said you watched him through the WCW and the WWE era. Do
Mhm.
you I'm 42 because I remember watching the Nitros. I remember I wasn't old enough to really watch the um like the newer stuff, you know what I mean? The older stuff with Sting. But do you remember a lot of the Nitros when he was being pushed like that? Do you remember any of that?
So I remember I started watching in March of 99 and cuz I'm 33 years old. And I remember like Fall Brawl 99 where he won the world title from Hulk Hogan. I remember the whole facing Goldberg, not the title's not on the line, and then turned into the tournament. I remember that entire feud with Vampiro. I remember the later stuff of his. But then, when he was in TNA, I remember all the stuff there from the Joker Sting, and then, just going on throughout his career was amazing.
Mm, awesome. It's just it's crazy to think that Sting. I'm talking in a weird language today. English is hard.
Mhm.
Do you do you think if they had to make a Sting like Mount Rushmore, what Sting makeup would you put on that Mount Rushmore?
Oh, okay. So first and foremost is gonna be the Crow Sting. That original Crow Sting where it was like him versus Hogan at Starcade. Um, and then I would go probably Surfer Sting because that's his early days, his iconic days where he was being that big baby face push to the moon against Ric Flair. Um, Joker Sting would be up there because that was a unique twist on his character to provide a crazier side of his. And a lot of people will probably think this is a little weird, but Old Man Sting, the current one now with the long beard and the gray hair and everything, it shows, how timeless his character is to even up to his final run, his last couple appearances in the paint.
We got some fans in the chat. What's going on? Welcome, welcome. They're showing a flag, the Brazilian flag. Is that a
Brazil.
Brazilian?
Nice.
Awesome. Yeah, I totally I love Sting. I've been a fan of Sting since I was a kid. And I was a huge fan of the Crow. Like
Hmm.
I remember when he started that whole crowish thing and everybody was riding him. Everybody I rode me because I was a fan of it. Like, oh, how can you support that Sting? He's so weird. He's trying to be Sting. Oh, you're from Brazil. Oh, welcome, dude. I think first fan to watch here from Brazil. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is my guest right here from Joey Diamonds. He's from yeah. Did you introduce where you're from so he could
I'm from Roanoke, Virginia, so about 2 hours, two and a half hours from Richmond.
Wow, that's awesome. See, somebody from Brazil now knows. See, dudes at ringside, you let people know you're from a different side of it, Joey. See,
Good geography lesson while you're here.
yeah. Crow Sting, he always I know a lot of people didn't like the gimmick, but I loved it. Just like when he first started, he was coming out of the rafters, and that was about the time that tragic Owen Hart thing happened too.
Mhm.
And I was as soon as saw that happening as a young me, I'm thinking, you don't think you're not old enough to really think, oh my god, somebody died like that. I'm like, am I gonna have to see him coming out of the back like a normal way, like a normal wrestler? Like, is this gonna change because someone died? But getting back to you and being in wrestling,
Mhm.
was it who trained you?
So I was trained by multiple different managers in Southwest Virginia, from the Spectacular Stash to Captain Joe Valiant.
Ooh,
Um, and I got a lot of pointers and help from Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant.
I know I've interviewed a lot of awesome stars that have come out of the doors from the Boogie Woogie Man school, like Sam Street
Mhm.
and so many others. Like I asked Sam this, I'm gonna ask you this. When you train with Boogie Woogie Man, do you and I know he must have so many stories and so much of advice. What does it feel like to be trained by a legend like Boogie Woogie Man?
It's absolutely surreal. I can tell you that because you have people that I've heard several people. Oh, Jimmy Valiant was my favorite growing up. I loved the Boogie Woogie Man. I loved handsome Jimmy Valiant. And for me to sit there and consider him as a friend, it puts perspective what my not only my career is, but what my life is.
Oh wow. So how long did it take you to find the school?
So it didn't take me long. I went to WrestleMania 40 up in Philadelphia, and within 3 to 4 weeks, I had found a school and was right there.
Wow. I got 11 people in the chat. Everybody, welcome, welcome. Awesome. Like when you first walked through the doors, what was your thoughts? You said you automatically because he's a legend. Did you feel a little intimidated walking through the door, sitting down for the first time?
A little bit, but I knew that that was the right place for me to be because for me, I never really felt comfortable in previous hobbies, previous activities, previous lifestyles I've been in. I play the Pokemon card game competitively. I done car shows. I've done all kinds of stuff, whether it was to try to do something to, make a life out of it or to, just have fun. And
Mm,
being at being at his wrestling camp was the first time I felt everything's okay.
mm. Awesome. That's cool. So when did you go over with Boogie that you knew that you were gonna be a manager, or was it always a thought process for you that did you want to know what you were gonna be? Did he go over to you saying, okay, are you a manager or are you a wrestler? Did you
So so it's actually funny. I actually do skateboard still to this day. I've done
okay.
it for about 20 plus years, and my legs are wrecked. I
Oh
can't.
jeez.
I would not be one that would get in a ring. So we had a show down here in where my area where it was Jimmy Valiant was going to be at that show,
Mm,
and I kept telling coworkers, friends, family, I'm going to talk to him. And since I can't be a wrestler because my legs, I'm going to try to be a manager. As soon as I saw him, I bolted across the street and started talking to him. I knew I was going to be a manager from day one.
wow. Awesome. So what were the first things that he taught you?
So some of the first things was just your basics, your foundation that you're, choking the person on the ropes, trip spots, the fundamentals. It
Mm,
was the fundamentals first, and then bumping came along, hitting that ring. That's probably one of the hardest rings I've ever hit.
oh geez.
I love boogie, but that is a hard ring.
So how many times a day do you guys actually train?
So he opens up the camp every Sunday from 12 to 4 down in Shawsville. So it's probably about, I don't know, 30 minutes outside of we're outside of the Roanoke area.
Oh wow. Awesome.
And he's been there since like 1991, 92.
Wow. Wow. Do when you walk in there for training, does it feel can you feel the history of like wrestling in those walls?
You don't even have to feel it. You can just look around. He's got posters, he's got pictures, he's got all kinds of stuff hanging around. He's got old gear he's had. He's got the old Charlie Brown from Out of Town mask that he wore as a masked character back in the 70s and 80s.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's you just look around and it's like a museum just all over the place.
Wow. Awesome. So did you have this Joey Diamond's like name in the books when you first got into your first match, or was it something that grew?
it was pretty much. I've had it for a while now. I was using it when I was playing Pokemon competitively, and I was just like, well, let me see if it translates to wrestling. So I used it around for a little bit down there, and it was like everything fit, and I started building the character as a influencer, um, to basically kind of promote everything on social media. Because back then with a manager, you used the promos to get your person over. Well, now with social media, you have to sorry, reading chat.
Yeah.
Um, I am
Um,
not.
I don't know why they would ask that. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Okay.
Um, with social media nowadays being like your forefront of how you promote stuff, I use that to try to promote who I'm managing, how I'm building my character. I'm using that as a launching point for myself.
Again, I'm sorry for that. I don't know why they would ask that question. I apologize. Um, so did you actually do your for like everybody has it's okay. Everybody makes
You're
mistakes.
good.
Chat. Just don't do that all the time. I don't want my guests to get offended. Um, I know there's some wrestlers that start off actually doing like dark matches, and then they're
Mhm.
like manager's better for me because you said your knees are shot because you're a skateboarder.
Yep.
Um, did you feel immediately that you had to be the manager because of the knee problems, or did you
So
think? Mm,
so a little bit that, but also I'm a better talker than I am a mover.
yep, same.
I can easily run my mouth for hours at a time, but if you want me to go run a marathon, I'm going to say I'm going to sit back and eat a bag of chips.
Yeah, same here. I'm bad. I'll be like, yeah, you want me to do that? I'm gonna yap my brains out in the ring. Nope. How about no? Like, mm. So do you remember? Have you had the same client forever?
So my first match, I had a masked wrestler named Alemania, and we did
Alemania. What
this
a name.
against. So it was my first match, my first show, and the opponent of my guy, it was his first show in his hometown.
Mm,
And so it was really good to get that first experience with somebody else that we both started at Boogies at the same time. So both of us started and we had our debuts at the same time. Um, and it was absolutely wild to be able to have that experience. And then, I got paired with a couple other people, and I've got a steady client right now that I'm working with, and she just had a match for the women's title about a month ago. But
mm.
now, we're trying to feel out other places to go and see where we're going.
Awesome. And everybody in the chat, if you have not already, please give my guest right here, Joey Diamonds, follows on all of his social medias. Definitely go give me a subscribe, and Joey, if he has a YouTube, I'll give him a subscribe. And also, Joey, you said you have Twitch. Can you
Yes.
announce your Twitch so if my fans want to go follow you?
So pretty much everything goes under the tag the Joey Diamonds. So that's my TikTok, that's my Instagram, that's my Twitch. It's all that, and my YouTube is just Joey Diamonds.
Okay, cool. Like you said you're live on Twitch. Like, what kind of fun stuff do you do on Twitch, Joey?
So while I've gotten away from the Pokemon card game, I still play the video games, and I've been playing through Pokemon Legends ZA, but I've had some stuff kind of set me back from playing on Twitch. So I'm hoping sometime this week I can start back up and get a regular schedule going.
Oh, I remember Pokemon when it first started. Like, everybody was so hooked on that game. My cousin, he's like, I think maybe in his 20s now, and he absolutely kills that game. Every time when I was young, I go over there and I'm just looking at him because I'm a nerd. I'm a Ghostbusters video game guy. Get being into wrestling, and he's talking about Pokemon, and I can hear like, don't get mad. He's taller than you. He will step on you and throw you out in the garbage. He's a nerd, but still beat you up.
Hey, I'm a video game nerd too. But all this back here is 2 shelves of video games.
Oh, dude, I'm so. I have people that come in my room like, you still have videotapes? I'm like, yeah. You still live in Santa, right? like, I love my videotapes. I have. Here we go. I don't know. Most people don't have this unless they're like old school wrestling fans. I met Bobby the Brain Heenan. He signed WrestleMania 3 for me.
Oh, nice.
Yes, He refused. I was wondering all that times ago why would he was refusing to sign by Hogan. Now I know why.
Oh yeah, it's always Hogan.
Yep. He said it was his he was able to still talk. He had the throat cancer, but he was still talking. He still had that, but he had that grainy voice that he had in every one of those videos you heard him talking. Like
Hmm.
like that. But he's like I refuse to sign by him. I'm gonna sign by my boy Andre the Giant, my best friend. And I'm just like, do whatever you want, Bobby. I was like, you could punch me in the face and I'll be like, I accept it. I accept it, Bobby. Like, uh,
Yeah, I would
oh
have
man.
loved to have met Bobby Heenan. He's one of the top people that I've watched to get new material for.
That's the thing. Like when it comes to like gear, because you're a manager, do you have like an actual gear set that you go by? Because you said you're a skater. Is there like a different type of gear that you wear other than being like wearing the typical manager with the jackets and stuff like that?
So I do wear it's like a custom made baseball jersey,
Okay.
and I've got like a skateboard company shirt I'm representing. It's usually the one I usually ride for, Zero Skateboards. Um, Sometimes I'll wear, if I know I'm going to be a lot more physical, and it's a little bit of a tell. I'm a lot more physical, but I do change it up. I'll wear slacks, and other times I'll wear some kind of like dark jeans to if I. It depends on what I feel like.
Yeah. I can imagine the manager gear. Like I know if you know you know. Like Bobby would wear like different color coats who we represented.
Hmm.
Like Jimmy Hart would wear like he. And when I go to shows, I wear a suit coat, and depending on how I feel that day, I'll wear my green jacket. I have a Christmas one. I have a blue
Yeah.
jacket. I have a regular light green coat. I need more because I feel like my dad told my dad it's just me, same coat every show. I have to change it up. I need a new one. Like, ugh. Um, have you thought of getting any other clients, or is it still a work in progress?
I'm always welcome to it. If they're in Virginia, North Carolina, Tennessee, and they're looking for somebody. I mean, I'm always available. I mean, I've got a business email. I've got my socials. People know how to reach me.
Sorry, just find fix the camera on YouTube because I can notice it's like this. We're both in a little the shorts. We're in the shorts box.
Yeah, I've got like the regular screen and then the short screen on the other
Yeah, it's
side.
so weird. I don't get it, but whatever. Um, like, do you have any stories from the ring? Because we were talking about before we went live.
Oh shoot. So every year they host the Valiant Cup Battle Royal. And this is one of my favorite moments that I've done so far in my career. It was a Royal Rumble style match where two people started in the ring. Every 90 seconds, somebody else came out. And I was put in it. I was number 6. So to be able to have my own entrance, to be able to go out to the ring, the fun thing was I jumped up on the stairs like I was gonna get in the ring. I jumped down. I'm not getting in the ring. Not getting in the ring. And then I got pulled in the ring. And I got beat up, thrown out. But to have that moment to have my spotlight was good
Mm.
because I love being a manager, but I'm not always gonna have the spotlight. So for that one split second to have that light, I liked it.
I had my moment this year in 2025. I took my first ever wrestling bump. I felt so like for me wrestling helping wrestlers. Now I took my own wrestling bump, and
Hmm.
I know I'm just a fan, but for me that was my way of making my grandfather smile a little bit, knowing that
And
his grandson did something like
and
to,
it puts a new respect in your mind on the business. Like you take that bump and you're like, oh, that's what it feels like.
yeah. I want to do
You,
it
you
again. Like I told my friend, I want to do another bump. I want to
oh,
do a.
it gets addicting. I can tell you that.
I told my boss that, and he's like, "Was everything okay? Do you have to take time off now?" I woke up the next day and I got him upstairs, brushed my teeth, looked in the room, and Okay, I'm fine. Nothing's bleeding. Nothing hurts. My only thing that hurt was my ego. That's about it. And I came upstairs. My dad's like, "So, everything hurt?" And I'm like, "No." And he was like, "Really? Nothing?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Well, my mom, they must have really, really, really liked you not to destroy you that day." I'm like, "No, they know not to hurt me. Their promoter will be really mad if they would have hurt me." Um, yeah. So you
You
took
just
the like when you said that Rumble, you were in a Rumble and you got a chance to be like part of it. Did it make you feel like you were dragged in, but it did it make you feel like, wow, I'm achieving something really cool right now?
it did. For me, with my legs and everything, I never thought that, I figured I'd get in the ring to be able to like, hey, I'm here with my guy right here. But to have music for myself, for me, not for my person, for me, play, and I'm able to walk out and have my moment. It's one of those feelings of, is this real right now? And then it becomes reality when you get pulled in the ring and slapped by, um, actually the person that recommended me to this podcast, Indigo.
I love Indigo.
Yep, she was the first one to like, Cobalt picked me up and Indigo slapped right in the face.
She's
But
such a doll, that one. But that I can. You're not supposed to beat people up, Indigo. You're supposed to be the sweet blue girl.
hey, no, she may be sweet and everything, but she's got a slap that can hurt.
Bring tears to your eyes.
Oh yeah, I mean, she hit me, and I'm sitting there like, what the heck?
Cold Bird's like, uh-oh, we got some rivalry starting. Like,
I just looked over at the chat, and I will do something about Kavina. It's the women's champion at the promotion that I'm usually at. And apparently they want to see my client face Indigo.
I don't think she's been training, so she's
Yes.
getting to that level. She'll be able to do some matches because
I'll
I heard
just
her.
take it one step at a time. That's all I tell her.
Yeah, she's a good kid. She's been on the podcast. We're trying to work on doing something again, and I'm also really good friends with everybody's favorite dancing queen, the club queen that's part of the indie scene, that's the manager as well. You know, I'm talking about. She was with
Oh,
Baby Lotion for a while.
oh man. If I didn't drive 3 hours today, I'd probably remember.
She's on my phone. I got if she's not watching this, thank God. She'll be like, Joe, you forgot my name. Like, I have so many names in my head and in my Instagram that I'm like, if I showed you my DMs, you'd understand why I forget names, because there's so many people that have never answered my messages that just sit there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, here we go. I got another one. Here we go.
Hey, I'm not gonna be a part of the stash word order.
That's a real stable in your shows.
That is a real stable around here. It's one of the managers who trained me, Stash. He has his own stable that he's trying to bring back, and people are like, "Are you going to join him?" I'm like, I don't know. I might just do my own thing.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Stash World Order.
Oh yeah, he's a good man, but he can get on my nerves sometimes.
Oh my God, that's weird. Well, weird in a funny way, not in a bad way, because when I had my regular without my beard, I could have been in that stable. Like, I'd have been the manager. I'd be like, no.
I keep mine trimmed, so, and I keep the goatee just because looks.
So you said you're into you said you like you just let's go into like what happened last night. We witnessed the leaving. We lost. He left the business. It's not like, I'm not making it sound like he died, but like you traveled to Washington to see John Cena. You were there in person. I watched the last match because I was at a Christmas party with my family, so I got home just in time. As I said, I could have been like, oh no, but I watched the match from the ending. But you were there for the whole show. What was the crowd like at the door? What was the crowd like as it was happening?
So I take the metro anytime I'm in DC because driving in DC is not recommended. The line to get into the Capital One Arena stretched 2.5 blocks.
Whoo!
Yes. So we're walking 2.5 blocks to get to, or just get to the end of the line, and got in there about 7 o'clock. Lines were ridiculous. But the crowd was hot. The crowd was white hot for the whole show. They loved the Cody versus Obafemi match, even though it was short and you had to run in. They were indifferent on the Bailey versus Sol Ruka match. They were trying to get to them, but it just wasn't working. Fingers crossed that they can do better next time. The tag match with AJ Styles, Dragon Lee, Javon Evans, and Leon Slater. It was so fast paced that everybody just wanted more. You have everybody flying in the air, doing flips and all kinds of stuff. Really fun, fast paced match. 4 great people right there. The Cody and Gunther match. Cena and Gunther match. The amount of people that wanted Cena to win was insane. And to look at that when, sleeper hold, just getting the sleeper holds on every chance he can.
Yeah.
And for Cena to tap out, it deflated the room. And you would think, okay, this is Cena's last match. Does he go out on top? Does he not? We'll have to see what happens on Monday. But I was also, I'll say this. I was around that crowd that followed Gunther out of the Capital One Arena.
Well, you were there. You stayed till the end, I guess.
I stayed till the end, and then we're leaving, and we're just walking around DC, and all of a sudden we see this crowd walking by, and you look at top of Gunther. I mean, that's a noticeable head. He's got a recognizable head. Just see him walking, and it's like, that is pure evil. To just walk out, people are mad already. To just walk out and basically like, yeah, I beat your favorite. I mean,
wow.
I'm curious to see what will happen tomorrow because he will probably be booted out of the building. But it reminded me of that old school kind of the bad guy trying to escape town because the whole crowd wants to kill him.
Yep, that's what people are saying. They're like, Gunther is the new hated heel. This is old school heel. This goes back as far as like Killer Kowalski hate, like Iron Sheik hate.
Yep.
Like when he would come out and his theme song would start and they'd boo him. This is like Sergeant Slaughter turning into the Iran like sympathizer heat, like that heat. I interviewed Sergeant Slaughter's daughter here on Dudes of Ringside last year, and she said it was hard to get from town to town with her dad.
I believe that.
Yeah,
I fully believe that. That's especially back in that day where you had to rely on that police presence to get you out of there.
Yeah, he had a security guard with him.
He had about 2 security guards from what I saw in video clips.
Yeah. He had security. So it wasn't just like, oh, I'm going to just go right into this van. No, you're not. No, you're not.
I think that's the one thing that hurts nowadays is everybody wants to take that cell phone and try to get that quick selfie with the guy that's just walking by. It's not providing, you're not thinking, I want to attack this man. I want to hurt this man. It's not that old school heat is, hey, there's a guy who just beat John Cena. Let me get a quick photo with him.
Did anybody do that? I didn't see anybody stopping to take a picture with him either.
So a couple of the video clips I saw, I didn't see any personally, but a couple of video clips I saw, there was people trying to take selfies, and it was just like, come on, buy into this guy just beating your favorite wrestler.
Yeah, that some of these people think that they have to make a point and make like a media blast. I just saw Gunther leaving the arena, and like they have to report the news. Like you're
Yeah,
not TMZ, you're not like no GQ. I'm old school. You're not
still follow No
Busted
DQ.
Open podcast. You know.
Well, it's like you got these people that will stalk them at the airports, will stalk them at their hotels. I'm pretty sure they try to stalk them at Waffle House.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, they are wrestlers, managers, referees, we're all people too. We're gonna put our pants legs on one at a time. And it's sad that we've come to this nowadays where you got people finding the top stars, your Cody Rhodes, your CM Punks, at the airport at 4 in the morning, and they've got a platter full of stuff for them to sign just so they can sell it on eBay.
Yeah, I think it's ridiculous. Like that's why Punk doesn't sign anymore. He will not
Mm-hmm.
sign anything for people unless you pay him. I don't know if he still signs. Like I never even see. I haven't been to a show. I go to indie shows a lot more. I don't really go to WWE shows. Man, how, just to were there people actually grabbing their lawn chairs as they're waiting online to get in the arena, or were they just standing? Like,
Everybody was standing in the line that we walked by. So,
wow, yeah. I was here. There's a guy that I follow online. I don't know if you follow him. He goes to all the shows. He has people sign his shirt. He has like a beard, like I
I
do.
think I saw him at the show. Can't remember.
Yeah.
20,000 people. Come on.
Yes, my buddy Justin, Balor Club guy, he was at the show too. I can't take off for work a lot. I work in a senior home, so like I
Yeah.
would have to ask for a week, and that wouldn't work out. You couldn't do that. So when it comes to your shows, do you get like that set schedule for like, knowing when the shows are? I know like schools, like okay, we're gonna be here, this, and this. Do you have like do they give you like so you know when you need yeah, the TikTok guy. Yeah, you're right, the TikTok guy. Do you know when the shows are and do you get a set schedule and everything like that so people know you can know when you need to ask for time off from your jobs?
So with my job, I work Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. It's set schedule every week. We're getting ready to go into our winter break and at the end of this coming week. Um, and in summers, I've got Friday, Saturday, Sundays off because we switched to a more longer schedule to make that 40 hours. And this area, we usually hold shows on Saturdays or Sundays, sometimes on a Friday, and it all just depends on the promotion. If me and my client get invited to one down, I think we got one coming up in Johnson City, Tennessee, coming up, and it's like okay, that's almost 4 hours for us, but it's on a Saturday, so if we need to get a hotel room for the night and just like crash, we can.
Awesome. Do you guys like I love food and most people do or don't. What is like your favorite road food that you've ever had?
Oh, favorite road food. Anytime I see a Sheets, I'll stop there and get some food. I'm someone who I'll always find a good burger somewhere if I can find a local burger joint. If it's like late at night and nothing's open, I'll stop at a Sheets and get probably hot dog or some hash browns.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
What
I
is your favorite? Sorry, Joey. What is your favorite thing to get on your burger? Because I know people are really fickle what they get on the
I
burger.
I'm really fickle. I'll just get cheese.
Okay, okay, awesome. If they made a menu for like a place that knows you and they know you're a wrestler and they love wrestling, if they had to make you a set menu, like what would be on that, like that? If it was on McDonald's menu, they have when they had the Wednesday TV show and the Wednesday meal, what would be the Joey Diamond meal?
Um, it would be probably it's gonna be nowhere near what I'd said earlier, but probably like a meatball marinara sub.
Ooh,
Yeah,
meatball marinara sub. Would it be mozzarella on it? Because most people
yeah,
don't can't have like they don't like the cheese. Or would you have a
definitely
lot
gotta
of
have the
cheese
cheese
on it?
on it.
Lots of cheese?
enough cheese to taste it. Lots of cheese. I don't really do a whole lot of dairy.
Oh, someone asking back about the question about you versus Indigo. Like,
I I think that's referring back to the Kavina one. I think that's the same person.
okay.
Checking super quick. Yeah, it's the same person. So this is the fun of professional wrestling. Sexy Kavina, the women's champion, is a man in a bathrobe and a wig.
Oh boy.
Yes, I love professional wrestling. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of character work with him. Because we had to play off each other's characters, and Stash, the one with the Stash World Order, is his manager all the time.
Oh boy.
So I had to work with him. I work with it's a lot of character work and it's a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh, so it's kind of like Santina. Santina. All
Santina
over
Morella,
again.
yep.
Oh my gosh. I'm surprised he wasn't there outside the ring because he's technically Impact is part of WWE now. I'm shocked.
There was a lot of faces that I didn't really see there. Like I don't even think I saw Rey Mysterio there.
Yeah, I don't think Rey Mysterio was there. I think Dominic was there, but I don't think Rey was there. A lot of people probably weren't invited, or they probably couldn't get a lot of people backstage because it was so crowded in the arena. Maybe.
It was also, I know that there was some winter weather that was coming the next day.
Mm.
So like at our hotel, my Jeep was covered.
Oh wow.
Yes, and having to scrape that all off and get down the road, and Interstate 66 was nothing but salt.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
so I
live in
mean,
the Poconos. We got snow all last night. We went to the party. It snowed while we were inside. We could see it through the window. And we got home and it snowed again. And we had to go back outside because I had to work. I work tomorrow morning. So we had to go and go boom and shovel it. I had no problem shoveling. I was like, all right, me and my dad and mom did it. Done. Oh gosh. They're talking about, oh God, the manager thing again. They're all over that. Oh my gosh.
what is it's a trip working with her. Well, I'll put it that way.
I guess I have to have her on the podcast because I love interviewing everybody. So I don't discriminate. Like I have everybody on here, men, women. Never had a broomstick.
Hey, I mean, you probably could get a visible man or invisible Stan.
Oh geez, I would have to like have my dad in a broom in the next room, and then I don't know how the fans would react. Joe, the broom fell over again. Oh, well, definitely tell your client about the podcast because I noticed I was in contact with your client and she wanted to see how it was going, how it would go. You tell them it's a fun experience and tell all your friends because I always like when wrestlers. I always say that and I backtrack because if I say, "Oh, it was a fun time," you may feel different. Like you go to the person goes, "He told me to tell you I had a fun time," but like different from different people. So,
Yeah, I mean,
um,
this has been fun. I mean, I've had fun, and it was really fortunate timing with John Cena's last match being the night before that. We got a chance to talk about that.
yeah, yeah. So here we go. If you could do a top 10 top 10 all-time favorite John Cena matches, what would that be and why?
Top 10 Cena matches. Oof. So I would probably put last night at probably like 3 or 4. I can't really give you a top 10. I can just give you my favorites if that's
You can do
best.
favorites. There you go.
I would say last night was top 5 because it showed the dying breath of a warrior. You know, could he have continued? We don't know. Did he want to give up? We don't know. Um, Honestly, favorite Cena match, and a lot of people probably will agree with me. CM Punk versus John Cena, Money in the Bank 2011. That was a picture perfect match from start to finish. And I'll be honest with you, I've been a CM Punk fan for 20 years. So for me to, see, I had to watch that match on pay-per-view, and the finish was unreal because the whole presence of him, I'm leaving with the title at the end of the month, was kind of shocking. And then when he left, okay, what do we do?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just crazy. And also, I don't know if you heard this, and I don't know if it's factual or not, but the
Mhm.
rumors are saying that AJ Styles is going to retire next year.
I think he has actually stated that he would retire. He plans to retire next year.
So now we're going to get not only get John Cena's retirement this year, next year we're getting, I don't know if they're going to do a whole tour like they did for Cena, like every show we're going to get a Cena versus every pay-per-view AJ Styles versus blah blah blah. Like, would you want that this time for AJ Styles?
I think a couple like revisiting matches would be good. The problem is with that is a lot of his work was with TNA. And a lot of his work was with guys like Samoa Joe, who's in AEW, with Christopher Daniels, who's in AEW. Frankie Kazarian maybe one. I think he's your current TNA champion. The guys that he worked alongside with for the longest time that we would remember are either with different companies or probably not even working anymore. I would love to see them do something for him, but I don't see them doing something to the level of a John Cena.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that either. I don't see them doing a whole thing just for AJ Styles. It'd be nice, but I can't see them doing like a whole retirement. Maybe a last match. Let's pray to the wrestling gods they don't use Gunther as the retirement guy, like for every wrestler leaving. Like
He's
he
like that
retires.
Goldberg and Cena.
Yeah. AJ Styles, I'm gonna have my last match, and then Gunther's music hits, and it's like, I'm going to retire you next. Oh, come on, we know how it's gonna end.
Now you're just making that your shtick.
Yeah, it's like, so you're saying you want to retire? You should get a retirement guy on his arms now. Like, add head here, throat
I think
here, and add head here. Like,
I think he's got to retire Randy Orton. It's going to be like the Highlander. There can only be one legend killer.
yeah. Oh my gosh. Because I think Randy Orton hasn't stated yet, but didn't he have a bad back for a while?
Yeah, he was out for almost 2 years, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to have Gunther retire Brock. There we go. Like, that was rumored for a while, Joey. Don't you remember they were supposed to have Gunther versus Brock, and like it never happened.
I could see it still happening, especially with the rumor now that, and I don't really believe rumors, but everybody's saying that Brock Lesnar might retire next year. I could see them trying to run Gunther and Brock, but what is retirement in professional wrestling? Let's look at Ric Flair. Let's look at Terry Funk.
Yeah. Your chair is having technical difficulties.
It's like a cheap chair from Walmart. I need to get a new one.
I got this chair like 2 or 3 years ago. It has like a head pad. It could lean back. It could
so that's actually the kind that I have at work, at my regular job.
I had another chair that I would use for the podcast, and my parents said, "You have some money. You want a chair for Christmas?" And I was like, "Yes, I want it." I thought they were gonna get me one of these cool, like the girls wear with have the thing on it and really comfy. That does it. You lean back, and you're not falling out of the chair.
Yeah,
lean back like you're way too far back. Awesome. So Joey, you have any more shows before the end of the year?
I know that I'll probably be down in Johnson City, Tennessee for a battle royal on the 27th, and that's about it right now. Because this coming Saturday, I'm going to go see the Washington Capitals play for hockey.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yep.
That's awesome, dude.
Big
Do you have any
sports guy?
That's cool, dude. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool that you're a fan of the Washington, the DC, the teams, other than just being, going
Oh
down
yeah.
for a wrestling
Hey,
event.
I was super happy that Washington Commanders beat those nasty New York Giants today. So
I'm not a fan of Giants, so it's okay. I'm a Jet fan. I got beat up. I got yelled at by the Philadelphia. There's a tag team that's in Philadelphia. It's a Pennsylvania-based tag team called South Philly's Finest. I wore a green jacket, and they said, "Oh, you're representing the Birds. You got the green coat on." And I'm like, "I'm an Eagles fan." What? Speak up.
I just wear green.
Speak up, Joe. Talk with the man voice. Talk. I'm a Jets fan. What? Look out of here! And that was the first time I ever took a real bump. And the one of them flung me and shoved me, and I went with it. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. And I went on the tippy toes of my shoes, and I grabbed the chair, and my knees hit the ground. And I felt the cement floor of the venue. I mean, the knees, and I'm just like, ugh. And I got home, and I jumped. Some reason my body's a jump in your bed. I jumped in my bed, and my knees hit the bed, and I was like, oh, is this how it really feels? Like to be a wrestler? No, I changed my mind. So yeah, chat. That's when Joe Panther III knew that wrestling hurts.
Oh yeah.
Do you go home sometimes after shows and you have to take like what is like your like warm your body down like thing for yourself?
So for me, it's always I try to do a warm shower to relax the muscles. Of course, it all depends on what time I get home because sometimes with shows being out 4 hours away, I'm getting home like 3 a.m. And it's usually warm shower, some Tylenol. How do I put this? A nice Jack and Coke.
Ooh.
And just some rest.
Jack and Coke. I love Jack and Coke. My favorite in my Coke is coconut rum.
There you go.
Yeah, I love it. I love coconut rum.
I've had that once, and it was all right.
You just have to be. It has to grow on you. And also, some places you could confuse them. You're like, can I get a diet coconut rum and Coke? Because when you do regular Coke, it's the sugar takes away of the taste of the liquor of the Coke, of the rum. So like getting it as a diet Coke, there's no sugar in it. So it's a diet Coke. So it doesn't take away the flavor of the rum. Do you have any merch if any of my fans want to pick anything up?
So I am on Redbubble. I have several different t-shirts. One I'm wearing right now. I've got like 6, and I've got to start planning at some point, probably March or April, another line of t-shirts to set out. And but I'm always looking elsewhere to find better deals with shirts and everything. But mostly it's mostly just Redbubble right now. And you can just look up Joey Diamonds on there.
That's awesome, dude. And my buddy in the chat, Thunderfeet's like zero, Coke Zero and rum. That does sound good, Thunderfeet. And also me and Thunderfeet have like we knew each other back from like when we were younger, and it was like when we were cool, when we were still before Panther. It was like just me. We knew each other back in the day. And he said banana sandwich, and I'm like, never gets old.
Oof, yeah.
Yeah, it was like we would make banana sandwiches in college, peanut butter, banana sandwich. Yeah. But I want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast, Joey. I want to wish you nothing but the best of luck. Tell all your friends. Definitely give us a follow. If everybody in the chat, if you have not already, please press the subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 2K before the end of the year. Please send this video to all of your friends. I want to try to get a nice amount of views on this video. If you haven't already, subscribe. Follow us on Facebook under the Real Dudes at Ringside, under YouTube under the Joe Panther Variety Show. If you're also on Facebook, Real Dudes at Ringside. And if you're on Twitch, even though it's not the same name as this podcast, it's my Monday podcast, Ghost Heads Nerd Talk 84. That's my nerd culture thing on Mondays. I'm trying to get that really popular. Go follow me on Twitch. Joey, if they want to follow your Twitch, how do they find it?
So you can find me on Twitch at the Joey Diamonds, all one word. You can find me also on Instagram, and you can find me on TikTok, same handle, the Joey Diamonds. You can find me on YouTube at just Joey Diamonds. So it's the little @ Joey Diamonds, all one word.
Awesome. Joey, I want to thank you so much. Again, I am Joe Panther III.
I'm Joey Diamonds.
And we will catch you in the next one.